Going back to, I think
Yes,
what
sir.
we were talking about before with taxi drivers, what are like some of the most interesting clientele that you've had? You know,
One of the
What does that have to do with taxi drivers?
before taxi drivers.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Going back to taxi.
We're talking about demographics and shit.
Yeah.
So you said you had like really like young girls like in like early 20s and stuff.
Yeah, you know, like people the audience would kill to drink with, you know,
Yeah.
even lay eyes upon.
Don't mean to brag, but
Humble,
yeah.
Call us humbleness.
I've drank with some
audience right
hot
there.
chicks.
No, the thing is, our Shacho was the owner of a apparel brand.
Right.
So he knew a lot of models and stuff. And
Oh, okay.
yeah, so he was really well versed in the whole, you know.
So you invite the
underground.
models to like come to the
Yeah,
club
he
and
would
stuff.
invite
Right,
his like
right.
people he works with, who he works with, to the club, and then you know we would have a jolly good time together.
Who were like some of the most like I guess memorable ones you had?
Memorable.
Because I'm sure you've met like a wide array of like different characters.
Yeah.
right?
Well, honestly, the young girls, not really memorable because at the end of the day, if you lived in Japan your whole life and never left the country, you know, like, with the lack of life experience, there's not much I can gain out of you. It's
Right.
mostly me talking about myself and like, you know, I used to party like that, blah, blah. But it gets old after a while.
Yeah.
Right.
So the best client that I ever had, and I still do see sometimes to this day, is a very, you know, senior lady who is just there for, you know, gaining more friends in life.
Okay.
Someone who's like above 60.
Right.
She doesn't need to do anything. You know, she's like chauffeured in a Bentley. She comes to the place, you know, chauffeured manner.
Yeah.
Comes in, spends money, leaves. But the stories she has is something.
Really?
You know, spending time with her is, you know, that's when I feel like I'm actually doing something in
Right.
my life.
So that's what you enjoy about being a host, I guess, is hearing interesting stories, hearing about life experiences.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it gets boring after a while, you know, just talking about yourself.
Oh.
What the fuck?
A lot of things just fell there.
Yeah.
So maybe I jinxed something. I'm sorry, my patron. I'm not.
I guess it makes sense, right? Because there's only so many times where you can tell your life story and get the same old "it's the goal"
Yeah,
over and over
it's
again,
the
right?
goal,
Yeah, I get that. Yeah,
You know.
that would get boring.
What do you think like makes a successful host then? Is it the gimmick? Do you need like a unique gimmick to be like a successful host?
Well, looks definitely don't mean shit in the grand
Oh,
scheme of
okay.
things. Yeah, no.
Which is weird because you'd think that would mean something, right?
A lot of comments on the YouTube video were like, well, some of these guys aren't beautiful. And it's like, you don't have to be.
That has like a surface level value to it, like first impression.
First
I'd say.
impressions,
Yeah,
yeah.
But after that, it's all about your demeanor, the way you fucking carry yourself forward, how you present yourself. And most people employ what I just told you guys about, which is don't talk about personal stuff,
Yeah.
compliment them, beautiful eyes, whatever, and then try to get them to like you in that way. Everybody has their own shtick
Yeah.
to a certain degree.
So you'd say like personality is way more important.
Yeah,
right?
100%. Man.
Yeah.
Like in real life.
Yeah, like in
You're
real
like
life.
in real life, holy shit.
Honestly.
But this is where I want to mention my, you know, most respected hostel related person, which is Roland-san.
He's like top of the top.
So, well, he's not even a hostel anymore.
no, not anymore.
Right.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
almost,
he
yeah.
was.
Explain what Roland is to the audience.
So to those that don't know, please, this is Rolando, check him out. But to those who don't know, Rolando started off as a hostel in his early 20s.
You gotta like plan out these like sips, man. Like do it when someone else is talking or something.
It's
You know.
cool.
You do realize there are people who listen audio only, right? So there's just like a long pause.
It's like, oh, okay, well then you fill the gap for me.
Yeah, when you do it so like out of nowhere. So I was just like,
What happened?
It's like, oh shit. Okay, yeah. So Roland, right? Yeah.
So he started as a normal host, but
Yeah.
he climbed his way through. He went to Prachina, and then he went to his own club called Zakurabu. Basically, man, this guy proved to the world that hosto is not something that only dumbasses who fail at life do. It's what shrewd businessmen can do to leverage their position.
Because he's like super smart, right?
Bro, he's you know, he has
I mean, not just like street smart, but he's also like actually book
exactly.
smart, right? Yeah.
But the fact that he always keeps his own hostile values, which is how arrogant he is, the way he brings himself forward. Like he always knows and shows that he's the best looking and the smartest guy in the room.
Right, right.
You know, in Japanese culture, it's always about like "arigatozaimasu," you know, like a bit being below the other person at all
being
times.
humble, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But he sakate ni totteru. He takes this and then flips on the, you know, and then basically like mounts on you.
Right.
And like these poor Japanese businessmen, they're just like, oh my god, they don't know how to handle it. I mean,
So basically, he's a Chad.
yeah, he's a fucking dude. He's a fucking Chad.
He's like a giga Chad.
Yes, I'm surprised you guys didn't like collab or do anything with him yet. You know.
Why would he give a shit?
Yeah, why would he give a
Does
shit
he- I
about
don't even know if
us?
he speaks English.
Well, the thing is, you know, diversifying into the foreign market.
I mean, I'd like to do something with him. If
Hold
he's
on,
down.
Joe.
Joe.
Keep
Yeah.
it.
Because I've known about him for such a long time. Because at one point, especially when he had just come out of the host business and like started his own company, and,
Exactly,
like, brand and
exactly.
shit like that, like he was everywhere on Japanese TV. Like he was like, he's probably like, I would say on in the grander scale of Japanese like entertainment, he's probably the most well-known host ever.
Absolutely,
Right,
bro.
yeah.
Absolutely.
So like it was just really interesting because like I read up on him as well because I was like, who's this fucking Roland guy?
Yeah.
And I read up on him and he's like, yeah, like you can tell this guy is just like so fucking street smart when it comes to like business and stuff like
Yeah.
that, and like he clearly knows his way on making himself.
Well, you got to be
Big.
street smart to be a fucking host,
Right, but like I think as Jan said, it completely flipped society's impressions of what hosts can be, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Because it's as you said, like to everyone, hosts were just like good-looking dudes who have nowhere to go and
Yeah,
just want to like
scam
talk to
girls
chicks.
for money.
Yeah,
blah,
yeah, yeah.
blah.
But like I think Roland completely flipped that over and was like, no, you don't have to be like that to be a successful host. If
Exactly.
anything, doing that doesn't make you a successful host.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
And
Right.
the most like impressive thing about Roland is the way he approaches, you know, his customers.
Yeah.
As I mentioned, my main impression is through him. Well, I discovered him after I became a host, to be honest with you. But then I discovered the way I do things similar to him, which is
Be arrogant.
be arrogant. Be arrogant about yourself, because I know for a fact that within the entire district of Ikebukuro, I have more like life experience,
Yeah.
quote
Yeah.
unquote, than anybody that you can meet there.
Yeah.
But with that as a leverage, what I try to do is, you know, levitate the other person. You know, I want the customer to leave my presence with a feeling of, you know, rejuvenation. Something like holy, like
the words you're using, I don't know if it's...
You say it as if they came out of a baptism.
exactly. Like I want.
sound like you're starting a religion here.
I'm a new man.
Where do you think life experience comes from? Where do you think you learn life experience?
Mine.
Well, in general, where do you think it comes from?
Well, just
And what?
tackling new activities in different places with people you have never met before. Like if you've stayed in Japan your whole life, never left the fucking, you know, neighborhood, versus someone who's traveled the world, especially like if you live in the, you know, vicinity of Europe. Like,
Yeah.
you can't just go to like 20 different countries.
Yeah.
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 Like easily.
That's the good thing about Europe. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Or
Just for me, because like to me, the concept of driving to another country is so cool.
boy.
Because like Japan, you can't do that. Australia, you sure as
Yeah,
shit
yeah,
can't do
yeah.
that. I can't even drive to the next state. Right. So it's like it's so cool to think that in such a small space there are so many cultures. Right. So I've always been jealous of like, especially you guys, like the fact that you guys lived in the UK and like, you know, didn't explore all of Europe.
I've
or
been
as, like,
through a
as-
lot of Europe.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What's your favorite European
but I
country?
feel yeah, that's the way to do it though.
Austria?
Austria?
Austria's like chill Germany.
I'm sure the Germans will be thrilled to hear that.
Germans know they love their rules. You know?
Okay, yeah.
Austria's got like everything that Germany has,
That's true.
Yeah.
but
That's
it's
true.
like
That's
chill.
true.
Right. Where's your favorite? That's not Turkey.
Oh man, Czech Republic.
Oh
Okay,
yeah.
yeah, okay, Czech
Oh,
Republic's
okay.
fun too.
I've heard
For
really good
sure,
things about
bro.
Czech. Yeah.
So I've been
Yeah.
rubbing my foot against your leg.
Nah, it's all good, man.
He's getting
like
intimate.
Bro,
Yeah.
Praha though, man. Like it's middle of Europe. Germany, like Berlin is like 5-hour bus away, so you can
You know,
techno
the-
clubs
'cause
whenever.
In the UK, right, people are just obsessed with getting cheap holidays. Right?
Yeah.
So,
Then
Yeah.
Prague, bro.
so I ended up going to like really odd places that you would like never go to for any normal reason because someone was like, "We're having a wedding there." Like I went to Malta. Like I was probably like the 4 Malta viewers who are watching this.
I've been to Malta.
yeah, what
Yeah.
for?
Cheap holiday, right?
It's like it's a really cool place.
Yeah,
It's
it
just
is,
like,
it
why
is.
would you like? You know,
Yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah.
not.
You know,
you know,
you go to a travel agent sometimes in England, and they just like there are these
like a
certain
drug dealer, they're like,
countries.
we have a country.
Yeah,
you might.
well,
know.
there's a good deal
price.
going on. There's a
Yeah.
good deal going on in this country right now.
Yeah,
so
like
you know,
Malta.
I feel that's
went
the,
to,
I feel that's the best though, right?
Yeah,
Like,
Bulgaria,
Yeah.
Cyprus.
because those
Greece,
aren't countries
Cyprus.
that
Cyprus,
you
fake Turkey.
Yeah, yeah. Well, Cyprus's history is like half Greek, it's half Germany.
Maybe we should
Feels
talk
feels
this
like,
out.
there's some beef going
So they
on
don't
there.
like attack you guys. Yeah, we should probably cut that one out.
Nah, it's fine. They'll understand. They'll understand. We shit on countries all the time.
Okay.
That's your beef, right? You said
You're the one that said not us.
Well, I'm Turkish. That's why.
Hey, you're
So-
Turkish, so it's all good.
you have
man. It's
horse
all
in this
good.
race. If I say it,
Yeah.
it's just like
So just look
classic
forward to a
white
lot
guy.
of people from Cyprus coming into your chat to just remind you of what you
Come
said.
to my Twitch stream just to shit on me. Welcome, guys. Let's go.
No, but like that's the thing, right? It's like that's what I like about Europe though, is because there's like the countries that everyone knows that everyone wants to go to, like Italy, France, Spain, the ones that you think of when you think Europe.
Yeah.
But then you realize that there is so much more. And even these tiny countries, there's so much like unique culture
Yeah.
just within that. So it's like, for me, it's like, I want to try and go to as much of Europe as I possibly can. Problem is, my entire life, it's been on the other side of the fucking world.
Yeah, it's like the grass is greener on the other side, right? Because
Yeah.
for me, I never fully took advantage of that because I was like so obsessed with exploring Asia. Like I just loved like exploring Asian countries
Yeah.
that I just didn't realize what the fuck was in my backyard my entire life.
Yeah.
You know, like
My parents took me. Like, I didn't have a choice, but I probably wouldn't have gone. I would have definitely gone to Asia or America.
Right.
because like for me, I grew up and I'm just like, oh, mom and dad, are we going on holiday? Oh, is it Thailand again? Oh, we're going to see grandma again for like the so the 20th time in my life.
Yeah.
For me, like being 20 years old, so you know.
No,
Yeah,
I feel
that was like holidays for me.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, but like getting back to where did we get to the fucking host thing again?
Shit.
So you were talking about the
oldest
very
clientele.
rich 60-year-old bougie.
Oh yeah,
lady.
man. Like, honestly, like I don't know if she will ever watch this, but what I really like about her is how seductive she is in the way she just like conducts herself. Like,
I feel there was a
bro,
better choice of words there,
Dude.
to be honest.
Well, she is though.
Like,
Like,
Yeah.
what?
she would just ask me like, "Hey, John, how was your day?" But like the way she does it, the way she moves her body, the way she has eye contact, like she just it's like someone who's aware of every single like muscle movement in their body. And, and like I just watch her and I just like melt away. I'm like, keep talking to me, please.
And to be fair, I guess 60-year-old Japanese women look a lot younger than 60-year-old.
That is true.
white women.
60-year-old Japanese women can look 30 if they
Bro,
want to.
she looks magnificent. Like you would barely think she's over 35.
Oh, he's turned on the host mode.
Yeah.
Dude, and she would always come in
Does she have
tradition.
pretty eyes?
She's beautiful, bro. Like, she's actually beautiful. So
Is that what you tell her? Is that what you tell her?
Obviously, I always tell her like,
Well, clearly he actually feels that way.
He actually brings it up.
Bro, you sound like you're describing the love of your life.
Yeah.
What's going on?
no, I just like since I also respect her a lot because
Yeah.
of her experiences in general. She has a lot to talk about, but also the fact that she's such self-aware person who's able to make me feel the way I do. That's something. It's stuff like the idol girls can't do.
Yeah.
I speak to these girls and I just feel like, wow, you're fucking stupid, aren't you? That's just the truth, though. Sometimes when you're speaking, and
I mean, you must have met some really stupid girls if you're saying that.
Yeah.
I don't mean it that way. That came out wrong. I'm talking. No. Let me explain myself. I'm not calling you stupid. I mean, you've met a lot of stupid people.
Not that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So like your level of stupid must be like really, really stupid because
Okay, I
you've
see,
met
I see,
all
I
sorts
see,
of
I
different
see, I
people.
see.
I realized that came out very wrong.
He saved it at a last moment.
Yeah. I'm not calling Jan stupid.
I would like to say we do not have our mans right now.
Yeah.
This is not our
Come
mans.
on, guys. I'm in the corner over here. I'm literally backed into a corner.
Yourself,
You
Joey.
just put like the fucking black hole spin in the interstellar. The last moment. Fucking
I pulled out,
Sometimes
yeah.
you're on a night out with a bro and you're just like, you know what? If you're doing this, I'm sorry, man. I don't have your back, man. Sorry.
I'm going to the toilet.
I'm going to the toilet for this one. There are sometimes you're like, yeah, got your back. Anything you do, Joey. Sometimes
on,
just
yeah.
like,
Bro, I was getting ready to call my taxi driver home.
Yeah. Dude, please, anything but the taxi driver.
Go home.
I'd rather you call the CIA.